Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2 is everything I wanted it to be. The gameplay that's been released over the last week or so has shown that this is up to such a polished standard. I've been sifting over pretty much every single bit of gameplay that's come out from every single other YouTuber. Yes, I'm definitely not salty whatsoever, but my god, this game looks incredible. From the story missions to, well, the mechanics that we've been waiting for everything that's changed over the first game. This is everything you want to know about Space Marine 2. When the game launches in September of this year, you're going to be able to jump into the campaign, the operations game mode, which is going to be the co-op, and the Eternal War, which is going to be the multiplayer variant of the title. Now, I'll get onto the multiplayer and the co-op in a little bit because I wanted to talk about the campaign to start with. The campaign looks incredibly well done. The voice acting is so authentic to what you'd expect from a Space Marine game. Of course, there was some doubts because Mark Strong wouldn't be coming back to voice Titus. Would it feel like you were still playing the same character? Yes, of course it does. It is still just as brutal and badass as ever. You have your teammates and your squad members as well, all with their own skills, and they're fighting alongside you. You're called in to help with certain areas to wipe out the vast hordes of Tyranids, from moving to certain objectives to defending objectives, deploying explosive charges and blowing up before you make your way and evacuate out. The Tyranids have some incredibly cool mechanics where, just like in World War Z, they will stack on top of each other to get onto platforms, and they will tower up and you're able to hit the bottom of them and then fall down. It is so cool. I mean, something that I hoped would be and would be those zombie mechanics from the World War Z game, and it looks like they've been implemented fantastically. Okay, it probably didn't take all that much. They've just put the Tyranid skins on the zombies. Executions, though, are brutal as ever. This is one of the main factors of the Warhammer series. And of course, when you get your chainsword out and you're going up against the Tyranid boss, you are able to completely destroy him with all sense of mercy out the window. The blood and gore is something that makes this game, and seeing it just litter the battlefield as bodies are cascaded off walls, and of course, seeing it draped on railings, even on your armor, you will start, and as the game goes on, get more and more Tyranid blood on you just to show your prowess of death. And I can't wait to get to the end of a game and just to wipe the blood off my visor. The bosses look varied, from small sub-bosses to huge sonic blasting beam Tyranid guys that can summon hordes upon hordes. They can be taken out. They are a little bit trickier, but my god, have they done such a fantastic job with the modeling there. Not just this, but on the modeling scheme, looking at everything from the units themselves on the battlefield, but to actually the scenery. Some of this scenery is unlike I've ever seen in any game, and it's kind of to be expected. We're talking about Warhammer 40k here, one of the most brutal wars, one of the most in-depth lores, and they've managed to recreate everything from the citadels to hives to everything that you could want from a Warhammer game so perfectly, and I cannot wait to delve into it. Something else I really like is the difference that you have between the Space Marines and the Imperial Guard. You can really get that sense of scale. Even if you're playing with a controller in Space Marine 2, you can feel the vibrations every time your Astartes steps foot on concrete. You can see how you are this huge lumbering 7'2" man. When you go up to Imperial Guards, that they will get on their knees for you. They think you are gods, and well, you are. The detail on your plasma guns, the shields, the chainswords, even the AI, of course, the Imperial Guards, as mentioned before, seeing all their weapons and armor is so detailed and exactly what you'd expect from if you've spent years reading lore, playing the games, or of course, painting your little models in your nan's basement. That was all my childhood was, and now it's on screen, and I get to talk about it for a job. It's funny how life works, eh? The Armoring Hall is basically your place of customization and choosing your classes. The classes range from tactical, assault, vanguard, bulwark, sniper, or heavy, and they're pretty much self-explanatory, from melee classes to sniper classes to more tank classes. Not just this, but they all have complete customization within them, from choosing your weapons to what buffs and perks that you can get, being able to scan enemies to upgrading area of attack effects, and of course the cosmetics. Now, I've seen people make some of the most beautiful cosmetics. It has presets of chapters of Space Marines, whether you want to play as Ultramarines, Space beast wolves, salamanders. It's all within there, and I cannot wait to get my hands on it, because the amount of time you can spend slowly customizing and creating your Space Marine, you can just tell that the people that made this game have played Warhammer for a long, long time, and they have put so much respect onto the name. They've managed to translate what you can play in the tabletop in terms of customization and, of course, gameplay so perfectly within this game. So far, the progression mechanics seem pretty positive, each class having their own sort of time trials variant. It's basically a little level that you can jump into that teaches you everything you need to know about the class, but also if you do it in certain times, you can get XP, and of course, you eventually can get rewards that are tied to said class. It is a good way of progressing each different one. Maybe you want to start out as a sniper, play a few missions there, and of course, then switch to something like a heavy machine gunner. Now, you're able to replay missions to get leveled up and get XP and progress your certain classes as well. You don't just have to do these trials. This can be done by playing lower level missions where you're just fighting hordes and hordes of Tyranids, moving through and destroying this tidal wave of death, or you can go and fight the big boss. That is also a possibility as well. Some of the missions just have huge armored opponents for you to fight. Some of them have loads of swarms, and some of them are a great mix between the two. You can pick and choose which ones you want to do. In total, I think one of the things that Space Marine 2 does really, really well is make you feel like a badass warrior. It doesn't skimp on any of the details. It has so much passion that's been put into it by the developers and, of course, the people that are behind the story. You can tell that they've immersed themselves within this Space Marine world, and the 40k lore breathes through the screen and it immerses you within their passion for it. And I cannot believe that we are finally getting it. After, 13 years after the original? It is so incredible that it's been made to such a high quality and such a high standard as well. Something that is, few and far between these days.
I am honored to have Lord Titus command our unit. He has clearly served long and with distinction.
There is sure to be an ambush. I have been dying to carve up some Xenos. I can hear that Carnifex's slavering maw working.
Today, we slay a hive giant.
Stand behind me! Butcher this one!
Hit that Carnifex with everything we have. Shield our brother! Focus fire on top!
We broke the Tyranids' disgusting champion!
We demolished that Carnifex, brothers. Take heart. The flame will stand against them better than any war.
Time to teach them fear.
There is an observation platform overlooking the Prometheum fields. It will make a good vantage for your ambush. Dig in. We need that bomb triggered for optimal yield.
Ah! Ha ha ha! Good. They calm me. I wondered how I might pass the time. Swarm is climbing! foes come.
The swarm is almost fully committed. Be ready for my mark.
Watch your back! Slaughter target! We will miss our window if we do not hurry! I am going to enjoy watching these tyrannies ride in the flames.
Titus, this is Vespasius. I stand amidst the smoldering remains of our foes.
Excellent work. Move to extract.
I am executing the Emperor's will, arm to arm with his finest.
Holds the advantage.
Engage on our terms only.
We lost one. This is Imperial territory. The traitors attack our terrain.
Refilling rounds.
The traitors attack our terrain.
Establish dominance.
The servants of the corpse god claims the objective.
Their side.
Do not give an inch.
Scott claims the objective.
Traitor kill confirmed.
Imperial matches assault our territory. New objective.
Just radiant.